So we fought 2 opponents so far. That's the end of the first 2. That's the end of the first half. Fought toward the front, my diagonal, diagonal, then switch sides, diagonal, diagonal, came back. Then we fought off Hidari to the left. We separated, cross step, we unwound, we struck to the head, reset, switched over the left shoulder, struck to the head, reset, and now we're ready for opponent number 3. Let's review from the top. So the Kusadi's pointing down, Jodan, overhand guard, step in, on my, 1, 2, reset, other side, step in, diagonal, diagonal, reset. Here's opponent number 2, cross step, separate your arms, strike across the head, 1, 2, reset. Then over your left shoulder, step in, diagonal, diagonal, reset. And now from here we do something unusual. We're not going to switch hands. We're going to let go with the top hand. I'm going to step back toward the camera, going to Migi to my right. I'm going to step back. I'm going to drop down on my left knee to do a broken bow, and I'm going to sweep across my opponent's leg. So I was over my left shoulder. The guy's sneaking up behind me. You're the guy, the camera person, sneaking up behind me. Let go with my top hand, step back with my right foot, drop to the knee, sweep. As the guy falls, I'm going to give him a kesagiri. I'm going to lift my weapon. I'm going to turn into a horse. Kesagiri across the head. I'm going to step in with my left foot. Another kesagiri. I'm going to lift the weapon, strike the head, come back to the bow, hip, hip, shoulder. So they always kind of end the same, hip, hip, shoulder. And then we might switch sides. That's opponent number 3. We say in Japanese to the right, so that's Migi. So we went Mai, then to the left we did Hidari, then to the right we went Migi. If you know our system, Kata 1, same pattern. Mr. Thompson said when we developed this kata, he said, let's make it easy for our beginning students. Let's just follow the same pattern as Kata 1. So we're going to the front, then to the side, to our left, then to our right, and then Ushido will fight behind us at the end. So you're near the end. All right, so let's do a quick review again. So start with the Kusadi down, over the shoulder, step in, 1, 2, return, hip, 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 shoulder, other side, come in, 1, 2, return, hip, hip, shoulder. Now cross step, pull the weapon back, cross the head, hip, hip, shoulder, other side, cross the head, hip, hip, shoulder. And now, point number 3, I drop my right foot back, let go of my top hand. I sweep through the legs, broken bow, my knees close to the ground, then diagonal, hit across the head, step in with my left foot, diagonal, reset, hip, hip, shoulder. And then from here though, I'm not going to switch sides, I'm going to let go with my top hand, step in with my left foot, I'm going to do a left sweep to the guy's leg. So I'll go sweep, now I'll go diagonal across the head, step in with my right foot, diagonal across the head, hand comes out, step back, reset over my left shoulder, and I'm done with opponent 1, 2, 3. I just have Ushido. I have the last opponent sneaking up behind me, and you're almost done. So pretty easy kata. It's good to use the tape or the video, just watch it. Parts that don't make sense, watch it again until you can do all these steps. The last opponent, number 4, sneaking up behind us. So we'd already done number 2, we spun. On number 3, we swept through the legs, diagonal, diagonal, reset to the hip. We step in with the right foot, diagonal, then diagonal through the head, step in, another diagonal, reset. Now, this guy comes at me all of a sudden from behind. I'm going to jump back away from him into a right cat. So I'm going to be Ashisabaki, the footwork. I'm going to jump back into a right cat. As I go to the right cat though, I'm going to let go with the top hand, and I'm going to swing up to the guy's chin. I'm going to hit him underneath the chin and switch to my right shoulder. It was on my left shoulder. I let go with the top hand, I jump back to a right cat, swing to the chin. Then from the cat, I'm going to do some spins. I have a left open hand guard. These are spins where the nunchaku is coming down toward the guy's face. Down, 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 down. Basically, I'm going to do 4 of those spins. So spins are interesting. One of the key ones we haven't learned yet in the first video, but there's a couple ways you can spin. One is where it's kind of coming toward you or coming up toward his chin. Another is coming down, going away from you, coming down toward his face. You can also do these spins where the wrist is looser and the circle becomes bigger, or you can do them where the wrist is tight and the circles are tight. It kind of depends on what you're trying to do for speed, or if you're trying to cover more area. But what we're doing here in opponent number 4 was over our left shoulder. We jump back into a right cat, hit him in the chin, and now we're going to let the weapon come down. So from being over the shoulder, it's coming down, and then it starts to spin. We're going to count 4. We're going to come down 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to come down toward him 4 times. So it was over the right shoulder. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 4th one, we're just going to let it come underneath into Seigan, into middle guard. So from Jodan, 1, 2, 3, 4, Seigan. So from the top, 1, 2, 3, 4. And as we catch it, we're going to shift to a left cat. We're just switching cats. We were initially in a right cat, we switched to a left cat. So, getting a little complicated on opponent number 4. It starts over the left shoulder, Jodan. That's where you ended 3. You jump back to a cat, you're going to swing to the chin, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, switch cats. That cat is where you're moving forward. Sometimes cats are retreating. In this case, we retreated initially, and then we move at the guy. We're going to try and pick up some ground. So it's over the shoulder, the end of opponent number 3. Jump back cat. 1, 2, 3, 4, switch cats. Then from here, step in with your left foot from the cat to a bow. Actually, sabaki, the footwork. Step into a bow. As you move into a bow, strike him in the face. So you're doing that jab technique. You're going out and then back, right? Slow motion, out, back, out, catch it. So if you do these kihon 20 times a day, it becomes kinesthetic. You can do it by feel. You don't have to look. It's just like if you had to close your eyes and touch your nose. You can do it. You know the relationship of your finger to your body. Same with your nunchaku, because you do it so much, it's part of you. So from that cat, 1, 2, 3, 4, catch. Left foot steps in, bow, strike him in the face. Now take your right foot, step toward the guy, toward Ushiro, toward the back, toward 6 o'clock, into another bow, and strike up to the chin as you switch to Jodan, back over your shoulder. So you were on Seigan, you stepped in, strike him in the chin. You were Seigan, step in, Jodan, strike him in the chin. Okay, so again, I think 4 is a little tricky, a little bit harder of a sequence than the other opponents. Let's go through 4 again. So we just finished 3. We're facing off to, that's how you started. You're facing off to your right. Ushiro, the back, right, coming at you. You jump back to a cat and strike the chin. Spin, spin, spin. Catch it. You're in a left cat. It's underneath your right arm. Left foot steps in. Jab to the face. Right foot steps in. Strike to the chin. Now jump back to a left cat. We're going to do the symmetry, right, the left side of this. Jump back to a left cat. Switch over your left shoulder. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Catch it. As you catch it, underneath your arm, you want to switch to a right cat. Let's review that 4 again. That's complicated. So we jump back. Right cat, spin, 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 switch, step in, strike the face, step in, strike the chin, jump back, left cat, spin, 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 catch it. As you catch it, shift to your right cat. Then step into a bow, jab to the face. So we step in, bow, jab to the face, step in with your left foot and hit to the chin, and that's it. You're done with opponent number 4. You did the right side of that, you did the left side. Last parts of the kata are a few steps, I think it's three steps, to kind of get you back to where you started. We like to have katas where the practitioner tries to end up in the same footsteps they did when the kata started. Most katas have that in common. So we were in a cat, we jump back, we were in a feet together position. Jodan, we jump back to a cat, we spun, 1, 2, 3, 4, caught it, left foot steps in, jab the face, right foot steps in, hit the chin, jump back now to a left cat and switch it over to your other shoulder. Jump back, cat, it hits him in the chin, circle 1, 2, 3, 4, catch it, step in with your right foot, pop him in the face, the jab, step in with your left foot, hit him in the chin, and now to get back to where you were, you're going to let go with your top hand, you're going to turn into a left bow, you're going to swing across the head, thinking that someone's behind you. It was over your left shoulder, you were in a bow, you shift to a left bow, swing across the head, then step in with your left foot into another hard bow, do a kesagiri attack. Now come back to your hip, back to a left cat. From the left cat, I want you guys to go to a right cat. As you do the right cat, I want you to separate the nunchaku like this. That'll be your last position. Then you're going to step back with your right foot to a bow. You're going to close the weapon into your right hand over by your left hip. You're going to lift up the nunchaku, step back with your left foot, feet together, and then press down with your left hand as you exhale. This ends up just like it was when it started. And that's the whole Shihoto Sono Ichi. A lot of steps, guys. I think the first 2 or 3 opponents pretty easy. Opponent number 4, not that easy. So do lots of repetition and see if you can get the whole thing. And if you can show it to me when we get our classes back to normal, I'd like to award you with that really nice Nunchaku patch that Mr. Thompson designed. So thanks so much for watching. Next video, we're going to review that kata. We're going to learn some new basics and also introduce the double Nunchaku for those who'd like to learn that. So great working with you guys, and we hope to see you back in normal lessons here pretty soon. Really miss everybody. It's just been too long not teaching. It's funny, I'm wearing my old teaching gis from like 25 years ago because I just haven't been at the school for about 2.5 months. So hopefully we'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching.